2007 is concerned, because whatever happened in 2007 was what I normally call a pimple that got to its last point and had to burst. There was a pimple that had been growing maybe even longer than the 2-3 years of 2005 to 2007, maybe even longer than that. But it was definitely a pimple that was waiting to burst at the end of it. Alright? We all have to unite in one way or the other. We all have to find integrity is definitely what we're looking for, but the integrity has to start with us. It has to start with us knowing that all this bickering that we're doing, all this politicking, because that's what we're doing in our own level. Yes, you're calling out the politicking that is happening amongst our leaders, but now our leaders are a reflection of us. Whether you support them in one or the other, whether you support Kwanza, you support Azimio, they are a reflection of us, and I think it's one of the things that Western has always communicated.
That was my point, because exactly what you are saying is what I was asking myself, okay? Because these people, when they started, there's this group, so I was asking myself, how are they funding this thing? Unaona? Wewe unasema vizuri, mchana kwambia kuja kwa gari. Did you know how mafuta was being paid? Do you know where they were sleeping? Do you know? And that's why I think that's where your problem started from, because these people had a clique. So these people had a clique. So did you feel like wanakuita tu twende huku chukua mic uongee twende huku, but you are never part of the planning, you are never part of, you know, because all these things cost money. When there was an accident, you know, insurance, blah blah blah. So the logistical aspect of this thing, which is basically money, you see. And now you are a victim, as if you are part of it, deep of it, which you are not part of it. So that's why I was asking you, when you are there, did you ask, Naido inatoka wapi? How are you moving? What is your strategy? Tunaenda huku Kericho, alafu what next? What next? How are we connecting? Because one of the things that even it's apparent right now, there's that disconnect between this group and the electorates. Because we have to relate with you. And some of us, or most of us, we were just asking accountability. Now, also in your group, did you ask the question that when people are saying Morara, people are asking for A, B, C, D. Let's have structures. Let's have systems. Let's have a place that it does not make sense for people to send you your money. Did you say at some point they're doing things that are not okay and you intervene and tell them, let's do it this way? Ama ulikuwa tunawafuata kupewa mic?
Ajua biti niliexplain tu vizuri venye mimi nilitoka hapa hadi tukaenda tukakutana na Morara. So nataka nikurudishe nyuma tu kidogo before ni answer that question. Sisi tuli have space hapa na Morara alisema ni aje, watu mnaweza feel you can join me because I'm going to Mount Kenya, just join me. Na tukutane wapi? Tukutane hapo China Square. Yeah, hapo China Square. Hii China Square hapo KU. So mimi kitu nilifanya, mimi nilitoka hapa mapema. Yeah, na mimi nikaenda hapo. Tukakutana wase wenye wako hapo tu wanataka kuenda. Yeah. Na sasa gari zilikuja hapo. Hizo gari tujifix kwa magari twende. Mimi nikajifix kwa gari moja ya one of the guy home now, probably I call him a friend, because at times tukitoka nilikuwa naingia kwa gari. Kuna siku nyingine by the mafuta yake iliisha na niliweka hapa namba. Sijui kama mnakumbuka, niwaambia watu tuko huko sijui wapi huko Kericho huko ndani, njia hata haipitiki na gari ni Axion. Na mkatuma tukaweka hapo mafuta, mnitumia 2500 na niko na hizo statements. So mimi sikuwahi uliza hizi pesa zinatoka wapi, because me honestly me ujua, because before tuende huko Morara asema he has a team, watu wenye wanamsaidia kufanya hizi kutafuta hizi stall project mali ziko, wako na group, and so the probably the funds yenye zinatoka in public zina fund that project, of which me I was so much positive about that. Kasema acha si tufanyaje tuende. And so mimi si kuenda wakati na nataka probably pesa zenye zimetuma huko ati zikwe tunazitumia. Hapana, mimi sikuenda na hiyo mind, because at some point mimi wasitakangi ni kuwa burden to someone. Mimi nilienda tuko nikijua nimepata gari, this guy has offered to give us a lift to tembe wote, because wamesha fuel nini, acha tuende. Mimi ningekuwa hiyo gari. Yeah. Na hiyo gari ndio tumetumia kwa hizi trips mbili, because sasa inaweza sema tumepiga mbili, because tulienda Mount Kenya, tukaenda Rift Valley na tukarudi. Hatujaipiga kitu kingine tena. Yeah. And so mimi sikuwahi kuwa na issue ya hizi pesa, because at some point ukianza kujiingiza ndani kwa vitu, ukianza ku question, pia mtu anaona like people might think that you are becoming a threat, you want to know so much of which I've never been interested in that. Mimi kitu nilikuwa nataka we continue with what we have been doing, because mimi civic education sijaanza juzi after tumeenda Mount Kenya. Siniwaambia tumeenda Mombasa. Tumetoka Mombasa, tumezunguka huku hii Nairobi hapa, tumeenda sijui hizi nini hizi centers sijui zinaitwaje, rescue centers and whatever. We have been speaking to people there. Yeah. So me I felt this is a good chance, because we are going somewhere now. We have a public address system. We can address people in large numbers, and I know how to address people in large numbers. I can speak fluent Swahili. English ikikuja na semanga sio lugha yangu, but at some point I fumble with it na peana point out. Nikasema acha tu tuende. So mimi nikienda huko, mimi nilienda nikijua whatever I'm going to do, this team, the same thing they are doing, the same thing I'm doing. And so hapa online tulikuwa tunapigana, mbona tusikuwe na single space, we bring people together, we unite. Mimi nikasema now because hapa online pia tumekuwa na issue, acha nijaribu ku unite with these guys, we go and do this. Na tumekuwa hapo, then honestly mimi naweza sema aje, mimi sijai kosana na Morara, hata hadi sasa hii hatujai kosana na yeye. Hatujawahi kosana na Morara ama tuka have issues ama tuka have doubts. But it was until juzi venye alisema I create WhatsApp and Instagram groups for creative teams. And then after doing that, he then said, I have appointed this guy called Jini Patrick at the Villager 254 as the chief of staff. Mimi when I reached the office, the chief of staff, that's Patrick, Villager 254, he called me, akaniambia, hey bro, you are not an official member, like you are not an official member of the party, ama you are not sijui mkubwa wa party kwa hawa wakubwa kina secretary general, party leader, sijui chairperson, hizo vitu zote. Don't form groups with official names of the party because italeta issues in registration. Hey, hapo ndio mimi nikaanza kujiuliza, mbona nakatazwa kufanya hivi? And I called the lawyer. Mimi upigia lawyer because at some point naonanga ni kama mnasaidia sana. Mimi call lawyer nikamwambia, mbona mimi niambiwe niunde group but this guy anakuja kuniambia mbona naiunda na jina ya party. Mimi nikasema kwani haikuwa kitu ya party? Yeah. Na after that kwani kuna nini mshafanya nini? Kwani msha select leaders kitambo wa party? Mimi sikuwa najua. Nikasema ni sawa, kama ni hivyo then let me go edit ni change, because mimi sitaki kuwe na conflict hapa. Kwa sijui niko na interest ya nini. Mimi I went there, kachukua hiyo nini ya Telegram nikaiweka nikai-open, ikakuwa ya kila mtu aongea hapo ndani. Nikasema it's an open forum. Ikakuwa hivyo. Hapo ndio kulikuwa na issue. So mimi hapo nikasema hapana. Mbona ni hivi, like kwani nimeonekana aje? Mimi hata siko interested kukua sijui chairperson wa party ama kukua nani kwa party, hapana. The only thing mimi nilikuja hapa, I came here because this group is doing civic education, and civic education mashinani is what we have been what exactly tulikuwa tunataka kufanya. And so mimi nikasema hata mkiangalia mimi venye wanaongea nikipewa mic, I only talk about few issues. Inakuanga corruption issues, tribalism issues. Apart from tribalism issues, pia nasemanga like we come together as young people and as a nation together to ensure that hawa watu wako na integrity issues wenye kwa office they go home. I've never talked anything past that. Hata munipe mic, hiyo ndio inakuanga script yangu. Mimi I only want unity, end of corruption and end of tribalism. Mnaweza tafuta video zangu msikie zote. Hivyo ndo mimi husema. Nikishamaliza mimi narudi kwa gari, natulia, naingia na tweet, because I'm always on the move while tweeting. I'm always on the move while hosting spaces. Si ati nini nasemanga bana, kuna watu niliacha online huko na walikuwa na depend kwetu. So ni must niweke space ya watu 200 wenye wanakuanga wetu wakuje tu bado waongee. So imekuanga hivyo. I think mimi naweza kujibu tu hivyo mbiti honestly. But mimi sijakwaruzana na mtu mahali. The only thing we'll bring up ilikuwa tu issue ya security. Na nimekutumia something in your DM, unaweza angalia. Hiyo ni DM kutoka kwa my uncle. Amekuwa na issue sana akisema mbona watu wanakufanyia hivi, kwani wewe ni NIS? Ndio imekuwa issue.
So anyway, somebody else can ask Kenya or whoever of the speakers.
I think to make us say waiting.
Okay, so this one it's a quick one, very quick one, and my apologies, I know so many. Swali yangu ni a very simple, not that I care about the whole drama that has been happening and everything, because naona hata kiongozi wa chama amesema mwenye anataka kushuka gari ashuke sahi. So I mean hatuko ipanda anyway, so sitaki hiyo it's nini, but tunaomba tushuke kama unataka kushuka. That's what Morara said, but that's not even an issue. Mimi kwanza yangu KOT, mimi ni a very straightforward point. The moment uliambiwa you are in inject party, umesha describe here the one when is being purported anatoka sijui which side, mwingine sijui na wewe unatoka hii side na nini. It was a very simple thing. The moment unaambiwa unaaccused mpaka unasema how much of this is a life threat to you. Kwa nini usiseme like this was supposed to be a straightforward? If not Morara has mentioned, wakumbuka nini ungesema tu this is a very straightforward thing. This is the person who is being nini kwa party na ni hivyo isha, because for me is the history yote I concern. The only thing that you don't realize that it's nini, sometimes mimi sijituma pesa mingi, biti zangu kwa tu 200 and it's okay. That's inakwanga my fuliza plus my nini, my mshwari my mshwari savings, so inakwanga 130 na ingine my fuliza ya 70 pop, so inakwanga around 200. Hiyo nao natumanga nini, and natumanga ile nikisupport what hii mambo ya kufikiria like there is ownership to the idea, that has been the biggest distraction. So sisi kwa tukisupport, we just support. Is never a big deal, because there are things that kuna vitu zenye tunaona like okay, it was moving well, then ideas have been rushed. Sasa kushanza kufumua party immediately, party inatafutiwa logo immediately, then now like hiyo see part of the fundamental issues most of the people wenye wamekuwa address na vitu kama hizo. So kitu yenye nini naongelea ni about the destruction that is happening right now. Sasa kuna shift na shana dani that is happening. What you're not realizing is kuna mtu atamka niambie Mkenya ukiona chenye nani anafanya haikufurahishi, wewe achana nao. What you don't realize, it has been a collective responsibility for the support that we've given over the time. You get? So anytime we have been followed by the same people, Kioti Song, we have been followed by the same people, whether it's Morara, whether it's BT. So that's all nonanga. Yes, even when we kuna time we discuss our personal things that we do not involve anyone. But ukiamko useme kitu kama mall, and remember you've come as a rise of this movement. Morara may rise from this movement. On his popularity, especially on the timeline. Countrywide, I don't know. So unaona kwa nini tuna feel it's a big distraction, because kuna main issues zenye zinaendelea zenye ni ya concern. Ungeamka to the moment uliitwa mall useme you should describe kwenye anaishi. What's the big deal if it's even a life threatening to you? Nini big deal? I know mimi niko na access to you, ningekupigia simu nikuulize, but in respect to you do the honorable thing. The way nilikuwa accused of me and kina Kasmuel and nini, but those are pictures that I had shared earlier. I took nini jana, took all the friends and how we were in that situation, new story ikaisha. But KOT mnatuzungusha na the same story. Na immediately after that mimi nikaendelea kupush mambo ya shift na dani. Impeachment wasn't even part of it. Alafu kwanza nyingine ni if it's a personal thing kama kwenda mambo ya impeachment na nini na bombers, that is not even the list of our issues. You get, we are not telling where you can go, but if you go there, then it becomes a distraction to the rest of us and to everything that is happening. Pia inakuwa normal. But swali yangu tu ni moja. What is so hard kusema, unajua ni azi, unaona Mkenya daima, it is the mall that is being suspected in the party. So it is not me, guys. Ifo tu, ama mnatu keep in suspense ika telenovela, because it's a telenovela kenye mnapiga, na ndo nashindwa, is it in due to political gimmicks? What for? Ama it's for more sympathy, for more nini. Okay, let's keep on with the fundraising. So where is this fundraising ongoing? Ama now like my security needs to be improved na vituka hizo. Mimi I will always support my 200. You get? Na my pesa fuliza ikipushiwa nitaongeza. But now my concern is, and it's not even the support that support your money that I give. It's the destruction that now you currently are causing. Because look at us, 700 of us, 800 of us, over 3,000 people have been here since they came here, when you count cumulatively. But the conversation is, we are just having, who is the Morara small? So mimi naisimamishia tu hapo niache kuongea mingi. So kusema tu ni huyu ndo anashukiwa, because ushasema kwenye anaishi, you've been in the party so far. Ujui your story?
Mkenya ushamaliza huko unauliza swali ama submission ba?
No, nilikuwa nauliza swali because nashindwa kwa nini to describe kwenye anaishi na wewe unatokanga hii side. So ilikuwa tu a very simple thing. Mbona mnatukeep na drama? You get, why are you doing? Mbona mnafanya drama? Why are you sabotaging what you all you what why are you sabotaging what you've always been doing?
Mkenya.
Yes.
Una me personally. Si mimi nilikwambia kuna kitu mimi sipendangi, kitu inaitwa conflict. From my side mimi sijaipenda conflict. And so mimi kwanza nilikuwa nataka hiyo ni outline that description ya kila kitu na pia niwapatie my description and then you compare the two, like you put them together, like hizo mama nini exams za ABCD za primary, you have a marking scheme and you have the answers, you try and compare them. Hiyo ndio kitu mimi nilikuwa nataka kufanya. You guys, you judge me according to what I've described. Na pia if you want the proof of everything I'm saying, I give you the proof. But then me according to the description yenye Morara alifanya, honestly si ati mimi naweza sasa simama hapa niseme ni Mbiti ndio mall juu Mbiti anaishi kwa boma sama nini kulingana venye ameambiwa hivi na hivi. But that day I thought as a team, mimi nilikuwa Mombasa, I thought as a team they have agreed that they have ejected a person out, and so it was a matter of mentioning the name. And so mimi nikapost hivyo to see how people like we have nikauliza niwaambie the mall ni nani. Yeah, but before that mimi nikanyoroshwa kitambo huko, so hata hii case ya niwaambie ni nani then pia ikatana against mimi, ni wewe tu unaona. So mimi nikaachana naye.
Sorry, this is becoming too much. You are drinking all the energy in me. Sasa hata saa hii nasikia ni kama nitakuwa na wazimu. I have to speak. Acha niwaambie. First and foremost, ambia Morara one. No. Ambia Morara. No, ambia
Mbiti ungeleta ana bana, nikaa kwa ananipea message nipeleke honestly.
Mbiti umeenda na step kando kidogo imekuwa moto Mbiti. If there is actually anyone better to handle this conversation critically ni Mbiti. So because mimi hapa nilianzisha space ya kusaidia rafiki yangu, so I might be a little bit biased on this discussion. That's why I'm keeping quiet at the moment. Hii inaitwa kuwa open minded. So at least Mbiti kina Mkenya au amekuwa on the sidelines, they can actually moderate this conversation. So ndo maana nimenyamaza, wacha wa drive kwa saa hizi. Mbiti.
Yeah, we went others. Papa was speaking. Tunataka watu waongee. Na mkwe very critical. Mimi napenda wase, the problem you have seen, watu wanapendangi kuambiwa things as they should be. If you have seen a lot of bullshit
for the past 30 minutes.
Yeah, Farah, you've been here for long. Farah, go ahead.
Do I mute?
Mkwe honest too.
Thank you. Personally, on a personal capacity, he issue a mole and whatever. To me, it doesn't matter. Kabsa, it's irrelevant. But issuing and having death threats against KOT is also something that's not negotiable. Hiyo si kitu tunaweza tukaelewana. So whether he was a mole or he wasn't, it's none of your business to threaten his life. That's hapo, there's no difference between you na wale wanafanya abductions hapa in balaclavas. And one thing I want all of you to understand, especially hata wewe KOT na kina Wanyama and everybody who are in the front lines, this must be a selfless effort. The only way we can achieve what we had on the June 25th is if we collectively have we have unity of purpose. For instance, we've had so many opportunities on things that could have unified us across the board. The agricultural bills, the Shasha whatever scandals, the Adani scandals. Adani now hata hawajachukua airport peke yake, they've taken over the energy infrastructure. the insurance. They've taken over healthcare. They're taking over aviation. Do you understand? Because whatever Morara is doing, he is doing it in his personal capacity. Hiyo ni kitu lazima tukubaliane, mpende msipende. He wants something and he wants to achieve it. We will support him collectively whenever he needs us to support him. But we will not all be bundled into one group and go. There are battles that must be faced head on. The reconstitution of the IEBC, whatever is happening with the healthcare sector, because people are dying. There's something Redemptor always says here on the spaces, that Kenyans were not people to hold a cause to the end. Sisi ni watu wa vituko. We prefer to double in instances and we create such a fracas around an instance that we forget what was collectively driving us. We need to be a little bit smarter than how we are currently acting, because we are currently acting like sheep. Where we've chosen Morara as the shepherd, akieka fimbo pandei, tunageuka wote pandei. And a lot of the people, even amongst ourselves, are driving agendas that are divisive. We only need unity in purpose, and that can only be achieved once you understand that hii ndio nchi yako. It doesn't matter what Morara is doing in his personal capacity. It doesn't matter what Kenya Daima. I know Kenya Daima personally, and we differ on a lot of things, but we agree on so much more. But that is what you must understand. There's a difference between patriotism and democracy. Because patriotism, you don't choose when you can turn on and off your patriotism. Kabsa. But with democracy, there's a time you win, there's a time you lose. Because majority will have their way, but the minority must have their say. Kitu moja mimi nataka tuelewaneni. Gari ya kufika Canaan si moja, but hii safari lazima tuende wote. Let everybody do whatever they can in their personal capacities and do it selflessly. The whole point of doing this is trying to push the agenda forward, not to push yourself forward. Because there's no difference between hatutakuwa tofauti na our ancestors when we choose kina Jomo Kenyatta and those people to go and negotiate for us and leave kina Dedan Kimathi, the people who are actually doing what was right. Be objective. What has happened with kina Kasamweli, hii drama ya kina Mall sijui na nani, upuzi yote. Be objective. What is the goal? What do we need to achieve that? We need the reconstitution of the IEBC. That is step number 1. Tukufia hapo. What do we need? There's a difference between there was a video by our brother El Mami describing the different stages of a revolution and clearly explaining the difference between mobilization and organization. The people who are the best mobilizers amongst ourselves are dying a very natural death because they do not understand what it takes to organize. Tafadhalini. Just as a butterfly goes from a cocoon into a caterpillar into a butterfly, we must be able to morph into whatever situation this country requires us to be. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sawa. Thank you, Farah. Najua ayo umekuwa for a minute, but Mike ya, who is speaking? Anna, your mic was hot, but wacha daktari ya jump in, then Anna, you unaweza jump in kindly. Daktari? Anna, are you there? I know your mic.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Out of all these things, mimi nakasirikaga sana because I used to be a teacher. And I'm thinking like, hi, I'm dealing with kids. I'm listening like kids. You're fighting between yourself and you. It's like as if you're waiting for somebody to come and tell you, no, stop fighting, stop doing this. All of you are adults. The minute you go umegonga 18 years and 1 minute and 1 second, you are an adult. No wonder the deputy used to call us my children. My children. Yani ask yourself, wewe uko na miaka 18.5 and you're bringing all this bullshit here. We are fighting things which are heavy. Health is dying. Adani is taking over. Parliament is a big pigsty. Businesses are failing. Agriculture is going down. You will be one day unable to feed yourself. Because of what? Because of those pigsty, the people who are in that parliament, deciding everything for you. And yet it is you who is supposed to decide for yourself so that themselves, they can go and validate what you are supposed to say, what you want. And here you are, fighting like babies because of kuna kamutu hapa kamefanya. Be correct, be direct. Kama kuna mall, sema nani ndio mall, voilà, c'est tout. Wachani story za kukimbizana na kugongeana na we are already tired. People are tired. This thing is only handling inashikililiwa na just one small thread. Because if you look, we are not, it's only our force. The more we are garnered around a small a problem, that's the only way we do not have guns. We do not have the energy to waste right now. Mmepatiwa kisarakasi ya impeachment. It has already drained us. The same day Adani deal was being discussed in the courts. Can't you find yourself a little bit of a heart ya kusema no? Okay, you want to be the best, the party leader. Okay, good. People have given you the mandate. Do whatever you want. God damn it. But if you come with your pettiness here, your baby shit wisdom, hamuna experience, how are people outside who are mwenye nauza sukuma wiki na unga na nini na mahindi atakubelieve aje akiona mna behave like this? For heaven, put yourselves together. Biti, you have said you know the structure. Why don't you do the structure? Give it to them. Wacha wakatai. Give it to them. There's no need that I know the structure and then I do not. Give it to them. Wapatie your structure. Wacha wakatai ndio tujue sasa what we are dealing with. Hizi zingine wachaneni nazo. KOT, you have the energy. You want the place. You want to be the member of parliament of your area. So what do you do? Kama hii party imekukataa, enda kwa ingine. Okay, Mtata has a very beautiful party waiting for you there. And he will teach you. He'll give you the experience. He will show you the way. And you will come out even better. Wachana na hizi sarakasi na vitengo. You need experience, and you're not going to get experience through Morara because you're almost the same age. Go to somebody who's going to give you more energy, more experience, more thoughtness. Well, that's all my take. Mumenimaliza, I am out.
Can I say something, Wanyama? Okay. So I'm Kenya. So I think the issue is quite clarified, and I'm trying to ensure that yo puzi yuko kwa TikTok iishe. Hizo message natumiwa wazidelete mapema because the issue has been clarified. Morara said I'm not the mole, despite the fact that I worked with Didmas for some times. But who has never worked with any politician in this country? Hata watu tunasema ni wazuri, see at some point wa in ODM wakatoka. But honestly mimi according to, like, from where I stand, I'll continue with my civic education journey, because we started all along huko kuanzia June up to now. In fact, tulianzia hata ni before June. Huko nyuma tukisemanga the one term president. Kuna hiyo hashtag we used to run here. And so we are not going to stop that. So me personally, I feel like your discussion ya mall, let us end it there. And if Wanyama, you feel like we can continue with this space, wacha tuongele main issues. We have a lot of burning issues, guys. We have the Adani issue. We have the Shifu. We have the
Songo unapotea kidogo. KOT. Not kupotea in terms of sauti. No, we shall make the statement. The only point tu leo tunataka tu ni kuguide. Nini, all these people when you request mic ni watu 100. Don't just think that they are here to discuss mambo ya mall. Kina Anu wako hapa wameongelea nini. So nini, don't belabor that point. Wacha watu wapande waongee what they want to speak. Mambo ya nini.
Okay.
Hiyo si wewe unalima or anything. Unapotea kidogo, but it's okay. Wacha, let me give I like gender equality, so let me give a Dolly mic. Papa, I know you've been waiting, but let me give a Dolly mic. She has been waiting for a very long time as well. So Adoli, are you there? Adoli Nyadhiwa. Okay, Adoli might have disappeared. Okay, Papa, then we love to hear from Ayo. Ayo bana, Pole, I swear, I know you are supposed to be next, but Pole, I swear.
Thank you, guys. First of all, you'd allow me to say something in regards to the moral issue. I believe that KOT is only a victim of the online lynching, because as he put it very correctly, Morara mentioned it, it went quiet, but then it is Aoko who brought it back with her screenshot. Then people picked it up and they began the lynching. That was very unfortunate. Now, in that regard, I want to say that we Kenyans, we are too quick to make judgment. We don't take time to reason even in what we read, in what we hear. We know Aoko has a big influence. We know he has some good intel, but sometimes whatever he posts can work for us or still can work against us. We only need to be careful with whatever we read from her. Sometimes she can spoil everything. Now, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, she had a post in which he tagged Bitok, her conversation with Bitok, in regard to what was to happen in the course of the day. The arrest or the abduction of Morara to cause our disruption with whatever was happening in Parliament and in the courts. Now, I also feel that this man or whoever is giving her information can also be using her, because they understand her influence. They can also be misleading her to disrupt us. So let us just be careful. Now, until this moment, I believe from my observation that we still don't know whether we should have a party or we continue as a leaderless, as an agendaless movement, as a formless movement. The hosts of these places, Wanyama, KOT, Pipita, please, can you just help us to gather ideas and see the way forward? Coming into these places, then dismissing whatever everyone is doing, trying to show that we have the best of the ideas, but in real sense, we are doing nothing on the ground. It is very, very, very mediocre. I don't agree with that. If you have idea, please, those guys, for example, of Morara, what he is doing, he's trying to come up with a structure. Please, if you have the ideas, like Hannah has said, can you just approach the team? Can you approach KOT? Can you approach anyone in that team? Can you present your ideas to see what best it can do for the movement or for the party? And it has always been, and as it has been put, we have so many clusters. But the destination is one, only that the roads are different. Can we play our role? Mimi kama activist kwa online, I do my role. Those who have the ability to be on the ground, like KOT, alijitolea kwenda kwa ground, kuwa na wengine kwa ground, let us also support them. But we end up fighting everyone just because we think whatever they are doing is not right. That's not good for us. Sometimes I feel that we still don't know what we want to achieve. And even if we know, maybe we don't know how to achieve it. We don't need to go the party way. No, but we can have that as one way. We can have activism on one way. There are people who raise matters in courts. They are also doing their role. Do we really appreciate them? Sisi tunataka tu kuja pale, we say what we think we know, we say what we think is good, then tunapotea. Please, to me, that's a wrong move. Let us appreciate what everyone else is doing as we also put in our effort. For the group, for the movement, it will achieve us a lot. So Wanyama, please help us to organize ourselves. The host of these spaces, please, Mimi, I believe you are the guys to lead us. You are the guys to organize us. Don't just let us come here, shout, itafika saa 8, tunasambaratika. Tena kesho, we begin another space. We are moving nowhere. We are going nowhere. Please help us. Coordinate, organize us. We are banking on you guys. KOT, I'm sorry for what is happening. And please allow me to say this as I finish. Please, people, those who are dismissing the lynching of KOT, I think you are wrong. Matters of security, very paramount. We can't watch one of vile amesema, kesho atavimiwa streets, kwamba he's a mole in our movement. What will he do? Tutakuja hapa tena tuanze kupiga kelele kwamba nani wameingilia KOT. That's very wrong. He needs our protection. Everyone else in the movement needs our protection. I've known KOT, mimi nimemjua tangu posts zote zimekuwa online. I've known them through KOT. He has been on the forefront until the time ameamua kwenda ground. I salute you for that, bro. Thank you very much. Continue doing what you're doing. Sorry for what is happening, but please gain courage, be strong. We are behind you. The rest of the listeners, speakers, please let us talk about something that can bring us together. Let us avoid too much criticism. It won't help. Can we have ideas that move us forward? Thank you, guys.
Sawa. Alafu, guys, mkipanda, be very critical. Bring the aspect, be very critical. Try to question things. Try to have that conversation that is going to, to elate a reaction. Tafadhali. Once you get that mic, uliza the right questions. I'm sure you requested the mic na kuna there are around other 72 mics here I'm supposed to give. So just be very critical, then and straight to the point. So yeah. So Ayo, kindly jump in.
Hey, gentlemen, ladies, habari zenyu. Hope mko fiti. Mabonga my guy. Niaje bwana. Hata kumaliza bwana. Hata kumaliza bwana mabonga bwana. Hey. Anyway, this is probably nikipeana my first submission mabonga. You are not here. But Mabonga, we've been speaking online, and I don't want this to be just about Mabonga, Morara, whatever, but I want us to more talk of solutions and things that matter. By saying that, I do not mean that the issue that is happening is not of importance. What is of importance here is now that those threats that are being given to Mabonga, and the fear that he now has about the fear of his life. That is what matters to me. Whether he's a mole or not, hizo ni an issue. Hizo ni side shows. For me, hizo ni muzita kiki za kisiasa. So, And the question that I want to ask you, KOT, real fast is from where you sit, or rather from where you stand, do you feel like I'm more concerned about your safety and your political career, because you declared in one of the spaces that you want to get into politics, and we supported you because you've been trying to, support young people to get into politics because we have clear mind and we have best interest for the nation and we want to bring a change, and that doesn't really mean that all young people are for a better change and all that. But my question to you, Mabonga, is from where you sit, do you feel that being or rather involving yourself with Morara is of any benefit to you as we speak right now, politically speaking? And if yes, okay. If no, what are you doing about it? And I'll tell you this for a fact: politics is not for small children. Politics is for grown ass men or grown ass women, people who can take threats and deal with them and not cry foul or mwanze kikitiel. Niko sure politicians wengi wamekuwa threatened na politicians wengine, but that is just politics, And what I want to say is that at this point you really need to be strong and don't give them a reason to see you as weak in any way. If you've decided you're joining politics, you have to be as strong as possible, because hizi vitu utazisikia sana. Kesho utasikia. Si tumeona hata politicians wengine manyumba zao zikichomwa nini. And I'm not saying it is a good thing, but they're still going strong. So for you, if you feel threatened, do you feel like going on the journey with Morara is something that you need to do? Because I remember the first day that I saw you with Morara, I asked you, have you joined Morara? Have you joined his political party? Because I'm seeing you with him. And I think your time mlikuwa mkojua ma V8 na ma TX. Like, are you going that direction? Yeah, so my second question could be probably, what is your future? And because your future is in your hands, how are you dealing with it? And ni direction gani unataka kuchata? Because we can cry foul kwa hizi spaces as much as we can. But politics is just politics. It is dirty. It will always be dirty. And there's nothing we can do about it. Kenya, we know its political trends. Yeah, it's dirty. Right now, zinafanyika between Ruto na DP wake. Hata is not DP anymore, I don't know. Yeah, so you will encounter such. How are you unangoja kudeal nazo aje? Because we won't be hosting spaces to just deal with issues happening in whatever. At some point, you'll have to be a man and stand up tall and say, you know what, guys, it is what it is. Kaende. Kufa dereva, kufa makanga, tunafanya hivi tu venye tunafaa kuifanya. So those are my 3 questions to you, if you can answer me kindly. Alafu, before you even start answering, guys, tusikuje kwa mic, tuko na leave button hapo juu. If you feel this is too much and this is to answer nani uko chini, hana venye alikuwa amesema is too much ni nini, I feel that was a bit nuggish. If you feel like it's too much, kuna leave button, just leave, go take endo kunywa maji, relax, kuje kama uko re-energized. Juu wengi wetu tuko watu wangapi hapa ndani, almost 616. Tuko hapa cause tunaweza itake. So let's just take it the way it is instead of complaining. Thank you very much. More KOT, go ahead please.
Ayo, you know how old am I? Taka nikuulize swali because you know me. I'm only 24 bana. Hawa watu wenye wana take threats huko nje, wanasiasa wakiambiwa watawawa alafu they just move with it. Hawa watu wako na security. Mimi security yangu bro, kwa hii mahali niko ni Mungu wangu tu na maombi ya wazazi. Hiyo ndio security niko nayo. So if I hear anything and without speaking, mkiona nimeenda bana, mtasema nilikufa kimwanaume. And so me coming here to tell you I'm facing this and this, it doesn't mean I'm crying foul. I'm just being concerned because I'm only 24 and I want to live up to 80 huko wana. So hizi miaka zingine 6 zimebaki jamani, zikikatiwa short hapa because nimejifanya mimi ni mwanaume. I don't think itakuwa hivyo, but with the time, of course, you guys, I told you blank point here that at some point I would also want to enter politics, not even just entering politics. I would want to be a member of parliament for my constituency, because I feel like hizo mashida tuko nazo zote, we can only tackle these issues kama sisi pia we go in that positions, because honestly kama sisi Gen Zs tungekuwa in those positions and we identify a problem ni mtu fulani, see, we could have get rid of that. Angalia venye members of parliament wamefanya jana. See, they said now Rigathi is the problem, let us get rid of him because they have power, they had to. So tukilia hapa we want change and we are not doing anything about it, we don't want to go for these seats, then who will bring this change? Yeah, because I came to realize that at times political problems, they only need political solution. Because we have a political problem, which is accountability, transparency, tribalism, corruption. It means that we also need to play politics. Then we go there and bring this change that you want to see. And the only place you can bring this change saizi is being a legislature. Huwezi kuwa MCA alafu you want to bring change in Kenya. Ama huwezi kuwa governor alafu you want to bring change in Kenya. How? Hauwezi. So hivyo ndo nikasema. So mi personally venye umeniuliza like where do I see my future, ama sijui like najiona nikienda wapi. Mimi without fear and without contradicting myself, 2027 mimi sijui kama watu watanisupport kimili ama hawatanisupport, but I'll give it a shot. I will do it. Hata kama sitapigiwa kura, kama ni yangu tu probably na mamangu, ni sawa, but I'll go for it. I'm still a young person and see that I'm over ambitious, but I have that ambition of probably becoming the change that I've ever wished to see. And so hiyo ndo naweza kujibu. And so mimi personally saizi kusema ati maybe I'm distancing myself with Morara or I'm continuing with Morara, I don't think I have a concrete answer for that, because I also want to probably hear from people around me. Mtu kama wewe, you are so close to me. Mtu kama Wanyama, you are so close to me. We speak at personal level. Hata wao tunaongea vitu zingine outside even the movement, outside the struggle yenye tunafanya hapa. At times we advise ourselves. And I've been joking with you guys, naambia bana, nyinyi wase wakubwa. Mimi ni mtoto hapo na Jonaka last born, but I want to learn from you guys. You also need to learn from me. Wanawaambia blank point huko kwa kale ka group ketu kwa watu 4. Yeah. And so saizi I don't know. Mimi kitu nilikuwa nataka tu ikuwe aired kwamba I'm not the mole, because being a mole at 24 it means hizi miaka zimebaki huko mbele. I just have to work with the government for the longest I will live on this earth, but because I'm not, I felt like it should be addressed. Watu wajue kwamba this guy, you only persecuting him for free, because I've never worked anywhere. I've never even wished to join any security agency in this nation. I've never even figured out how to join them, sijawai. And so me and Leona, it's painting me bad. Yeah, and at some point it can bring you down, because unaweza angalia graph yako ilikuwa inapanda vizuri, but because of some issues, speculation tu za uongo za ujinga, inafanya graph yako inashuka chini huko kiasi. And so mimi sikuwa nataka ifike hapo, and that's why I came out here to say that, guys, I'm not that person. Na mimi mkaniambia na defend sana, inaweza kuwa ni mimi. Nikasema now I want the person who brought this issue to clarify. But I can see Morara has clarified that on his comment. I wish he did it as a single tweet, but just responded to Jennifer somewhere there. And so personally I feel like with the time too, that mood itenda ku change and we'll go back mali tulikuwa. But guys, mimi tunaweza waambia tu, let us not give up. Yenyewe niliambiwa kuna challenges tutaface, mimi sikuwa najua zitakuja in this manner, but these are some of the challenges you guys expected zitokee. Me personally sikuwa na expect something of the sort itakuja kutokea. Probably mimi nilikuwa na expect kitu kingine tu, but sio hii kitu ya kuambiwa wewe ni mtu fulani and you are not that person. Deep down you know that. And so acha tuendelee kupiga civic education, tuendelee ku identify issues and give problems. Adani is the big room now, the elephant in the room now. Shifu, SHA, hizo vitu zote zenye mnajua Ruto must go, let us combine them and we move together venye tulikuwa tuna move. I think that's my submission.
Sawa, asante sana Mabonga. I think one last advice, probably it's an unsolicited advice. I hope unanisikia KOT?
Nakusikia.
Very nice. One last unsolicited advice is that sometimes we are never prepared for these challenges we encounter. Kama tungekuwa tunakuwa prepared for these challenges before, life would have been so smooth and life would have been so boring. So, and that is what makes life, and it makes the wins we have in life celebratory, if that makes sense. So what I want to tell you is, nobody prepared you for this. Nobody prepared you for these challenges that you're going through. Nobody prepared you for life in itself. You just leave it the way it comes and you learn as you go, because as the Kinambiti will tell you, my learned friends will tell you that life has its own challenges, and there's no classroom. This is the place that you don't go to any classroom to learn how to survive in life. But as moving forward, I want you to know that there will be more challenges, even bigger than this. And you'll still have to forge forward, because like I told you earlier in my previous submission that Kenyan leadership, or rather Kenyan politics, is dirty. And I don't think there's any country's politics that is not dirty. And you have to put on the gloves, deal with the dirt the way it comes to you, and stay strong. Regardless of your age, nobody here right now cares about your age right now. You took up the task, move with it as it comes. Sorry, I'm being a bit too hard on you, but it is life. Life is gonna be hard on us as long as we are here. Yeah, so just be tough. As it gets tough, you get tougher. Move on regardless. If you feel like you need to take some time off, take some time off, kunywa maji, rudi back to the movement and move on. Do not just give up. Like you just said that you're not gonna give up, do not just give up. That's all I can tell you, but I wish you all the best. But you're always here to talk to. If you want some, a few hints here and there, we can always call people. We are Akina Kibwana at our reach. They have experience. We can always call them and talk to them. How do we deal with such? And that is why we are creating a community around us to help us move and navigate through life. So don't try and move through it alone. Ask questions. Talk to people. You can't do this by yourself. I think that's all I can tell you. But good stuff you're doing out there. Challenges have to be there. I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Okay, Santi, let me invite Voice of Tonkaren, alafu then alafu mnaweza speed tu, msiogope kuspit. Thank you Ayo, that was powerful.
Yes, thank you Wanyama for the opportunity. I've been waiting for so long.
It's thank you Mkenya jameni. Hizi tabia za Wakenya kupea credits other people. It's thank you Mkenya for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, sawa, thank you Mkenya. Now let us proceed back. Okay, now I wanted to speak about a few things. You know, I've heard some people saying it's comedy, it's drama, but let me make it clear. You will not know about this situation until it gets to you. And it has even reached a point whereby somebody is calling you in the middle of the night, telling you that nikijua pahali penye unaishi, utaona kenye nitakufanyia. And you're just saying somebody should sit there and stay normal. I know we have settled this. Morara has come out clear and spoken that KOT Sonko is not the mole. But how would you have reacted when you were in this situation? I've been with KOT Sonko since the other day when he was called by a number by the name DCI something. Nilikuwa na yeye na hata mimi ndo niliconfirm hiyo namba inaleta jina DCI na screenshot mtaniona niko hapo. Cause I know anything can happen. This is our country. We know what has been happening in Kenya. People have been abducted. wamepatikana kesho yake wameuawa, wametupwa pahali, na hiyo trend bado haijaisha. Hata the other day you saw another guy was abducted by the name of Rono, and the same thing might happen to KOT. Aya, imefika to a point whereby sisi wenyewe tunamthreaten ya kwamba tunakuja tumpige kwa sababu imesemekana there is a mole and people are coming with assumptions ya kwamba ni yeye ndio mole. So it is our duty to stand and defend him instead of attacking him. It is our duty to make sure that the people who are in authority, the people who are trying to fight for us outside here, we are on the same movement. Na si vizuri venye nimeona watu wakikuja wakimsalimia wakikuja huku na huku, they are so fast to judge, they forget the good things that you've been doing outside there, the commitment, the dedication yenye umeput against fighting for a better system. That is not right. And somebody here said ya kwamba politics is always a dirty game and it will always be a dirty game. That is a wrong statement. Politics has always been a dirty game. But the reason why we have even come together right now, it's because we are fighting that system. We want a better system that will be equal for all. Yenye tutokuwa tunasema politics is a dirty game, but politics is about building your country, building your community, building where you come from. And that is why sisi wengine kama leaders, we are standing up and we are going back to our communities and we want to make sure that we uplift them. Kwa sababu these people that we voted for have failed us. And they are taking us towards the wrong direction. Kama mimi sitasimama, then area ya kwetu haitabadilika. Kama KOT hatasimama, then area ya kwao haitabadilika. Ni sisi sasa tumeona ya kwamba mabadiliko inahitajika. And we have to rise up. Now, if you are fighting one another, then we are not going to head anywhere. We are going to stay stuck na tutaanguka. Kwa sababu haja ya hao watu ni kuona ya kwamba sisi tumeanguka, hatuendi pali popote. That is their aim. And I want to emphasize on a few things. You see, when I talk about unity within our movement, I'm not just referring to standing together in good times. Unity starts with a shared vision and our values. You see, it is the heartbeat of everything we do. We are united because we believe in the same goals. We share the same purpose. And we know exactly what we are fighting for. Without that clarity, then there is no foundation. But you see, with it, we move as one. And we become very strong and unstoppable. But let's be clear. Our unity does not mean we are all the same. Our strengths come from diversity. We come from different walks of life with different stories, experiences, and perspectives. And that's what makes us powerful. You see, when we bring our differences together, we create solutions that are richer, stronger, and more innovative than any one person could do alone. So that is the purpose of unity. Now, for us to stay strong, communication and collaboration is key. We can't afford to have gaps in how we talk to each other or work together. Open communication, like the platforms we are hosting right now, they keep us connected, and we get ideas from different people. You see, there will be times when we disagree. That is normal. But we can't let those disagreements tear us apart. Our mission from the beginning, we handle conflict with respect, dialogue, and commitment to the greater good. I know, of course, it's not just the challenges within. We'll face external pressure too, like the one that came from Maoko towards KOT. Opposition from those who want to see us fail. But this is where our unity becomes our strongest weapon. When we are united, no one can break us. Divided, we fall. But together, we stand firm, shoulder to shoulder. Even when the world seems to be against us, we need to be together. You know, I know keeping this movement going won't always be easy. You know, sustaining the momentum and motivation can be tough. And it will always be tough, especially when things get difficult. But it's crucial that we take time to revisit our mission, to remind ourselves why we are here in the first place. We need to celebrate our small wins along the way, because those victories, no matter how small, they fuel our drive to keep going. And let's be honest, if we move forward, things will change. New challenges will come up and we'll need to adopt. But that doesn't mean losing sight of who we are. Kila mtu anisikize vizuri kabisa. Na uweke kenye nimesema kwa makini. Those challenges will always be there. Our enemies will always try to divide us. Aoko, sijui kama notice, she is now simping on Gachagua. Kila post yake is about how Gachagua can respond to her. And she's actually our enemy. She's here to divide us. Our unity is bringing worry against our competitors. So, at the core of this unity, trust and accountability is the main thing. We have to trust each other. We have to be transparent. Every decision we make needs to reflect our shared values. And every member has to feel confident in the process. That is how we stay united and focused. We will face the setbacks, kuna hizo obstacles. You see, vita zingine vitu hazitaenda as we planned, but we must be resilient. And I don't speak a lot. But
land.
Yeah. Okay, just like 30 seconds, I'll be done. I'm being mentored by KOT. He's younger than me, but I feel like he has something in him that can help me grow to the position I want to grow. So I want us to remember something important. We are not just doing this for ourselves. We are doing this for the future. The legacy we leave behind depends on how well we stay united. So guys, thank you for this chance. My name is Mamai Davis Mukoha, alias Voice of Tongaren. Let us keep the spirit burning. Let us keep fighting for our country. And thank you.
Okay, just to update the rules of engagement in the space. Kuna watu kama 33 hapo wame request mic. So what I'm going to do is nili insist everyone is going to get a chance to speak. But as long as everyone is going to get a chance to speak, it means when tuko hapa mnafaa tu kuspit in 1 minute. Don't make sure hatujabelabor the points. And I always say in these spaces, you're not going to say something that is so profound that is going to make Sikuru rain today. No. You get it. These are just common conversations that we have, and we are not going to say something that is so profound that is going to change at anything. So tafadhali ni 1 minute so that unaona kila mtu mwenye ako hapa. And this is one thing I noticed. Watu ni text huko kina Mkenya mtupeangi mic na vitu kaa hizo. It's because wana feel ni kama watu kuna criteria ya kuselect. I can tell you watunanga criteria ya kuselect wenye watakaa hapa, wenye wataongea. So tafadhali ukipata the mic na kuomba tu ongea 1 minute, ndio ni make sure kila mtu ame request ameongea. I'm sure they requested for a reason. Sawa. So Dini Jera.
Hi, Kenya. Good morning. Good morning, ladies, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen on the space. My name is Wanjira. Kenya, I would like to adhere to your very strict rules. So I want to say 2 things. Number 1, that contrary to popular belief here by people I've heard speak, I actually think that this space was absolutely necessary, because I believe that housekeeping is necessary. 2 people cannot work together unless they agree. And it seems that there's, a problem with what agreements have been made, who is working with who, what are the circumstances under which they're working together. And I believe that this space was absolutely necessary. We need to come and put our heads together and see how to re-strategize, because it seems there's a foundational issue as regards the alliances that have been made between ourselves and other people, between KOT and Morara and whoever. There's a problem with the foundation of those agreements. Let us just agree. So contrary to what people have said, I actually think that this was necessary so that we come and, back to the drawing board and agree, or think, where did the rain start beating us? Now leads me to point number 2. I remember on, when was it, when we had the public participation on Friday, I remember when Cass was given the microphone, a lot of people bashed him because the first thing he did not do was stand to condemn what had happened to Morara. What I have not heard on this space is people holding Morara accountable. Because his words, by now he knows that he wields a lot of power and a lot of influence. What he said was that he had a mole, and when people started coming for people in his camp, which is KOT, Morara did not stand firm to defend KOT. I do not hear people holding Morara accountable. Why did you not immediately say, no, it is not KOT? Because KOT, both as a brand and as a man, has lent himself to Morara's cause. KOT has mobilized for the release of Morara, for the printing of banners, for the everything. He has even done cross-country trips with Morara. Yet Morara has not stood in the same unwavering manner to defend KOT. I do not hear people holding him accountable. Why, when they started felling one of your generals, which was KOT, why did you not stand firm and say it is not him? You people, lay off this guy. Because I do not believe that there's anybody that has done so much for Morara like KOT has. Maybe there are others, but KOT has done a lot with and for Morara, both as a brand and as a man. And it has even gotten to the point where now that attacks have gone beyond KOT's brand, it is now personal. They want to come for him. And you have heard the man, he's saying that he feels his life is in danger. And I do not feel that enough people are pointing enough fingers at Morara to ask him, why did you not defend KOT? It has taken us holding this space for me to see a comment hidden deep in other comments, not even a main post, hidden deep in other comments to say, actually, sorry, it is not KOT. You have done over 14 other posts. Since you did your post about the mall, you did not talk or you did not defend KOT. I do not think that is right, because this again is about loyalty. I do not feel that Morara has been loyal to KOT the way KOT has stood up for him. I do not think it is fair, and if I was to be asked what KOT should do, stand by yourself, because you built your brand without Morara, and there will be life for KOT after Morara. Do your own thing. Thank you, and that is all I wish to say.
Wajira, just a quick one. It's a little bit personal, but let me just ask it in the public domain. Are you comfortable me asking?
Yeah.
That was a powerful submission. This is personal, but it's in good faith. Are you married?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Since you're not married, have another extra minute. Just have another extra minute, please.
Yeah. All I was trying to say is this, and I think I have told KOT in the same unequivocal terms, that there will be life for you, KOT, beyond Morara, just the same way there was life for you before Morara. Do your own thing, build your own brand. I do not believe that Morara deserves the loyalty and the unwavering support of KOT. I do not believe so. He has not stood with him the way he should have. He essentially more or less left the man out to dry. KOT kila siku anatuambia, he literally was on the board of telling us this is the mall so that you lay off me. And even in doing that, people said, no, it is very sus that you are, coming off too strong, too soon to defend yourself. If you were not the mall, you would not be defending yourself in this manner. What, if you are KOT, what would you do? People are threatening your life. Do you keep your mouth shut? KOT, I will tell you this, which I have told you in a different forum on text messages. I have told you, stand by yourself. You have built your own brand. We know you. We know the quality of work you do. And we will stand with you even after Morara. I do not feel you have been treated in the way you deserved to be treated. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to people who make us. I do not feel that you have been treated with the dignity, respect, and loyalty that you deserved to be. Stand by yourself. That is all I wish to say.
Okay, thank you. Imeniuma kidogo that mmekuwa mkiongea na KOT kwa text, but you know what? I've been that DM. We will be there. Anyway, okay, the rest of the guys is strictly 1 minute and 30 seconds sometime. So I'll give a DK gift. Kindly jump in, then I'll have Redemptor and nothing as I'm giving new mics because I've promised everyone they are going to speak. So yeah, and Wajira, that was a very powerful submission. We shall engage more in the DMs. Thank you.
Before niende sana, Sidoma Wanjira amepitwa ni hiyo tunaitaga the definition of a human life, smooth sailing. It was smooth sailing at the core. In the spirit of smooth sailing, Mkenya, niruhusu nifanye smooth sailing pia mimi. Naomba kupatia nothing and just before me, just for 1 minute, alafu nitakuja after nothing. Smooth sailing.
Nothing, kindly spit because up.
Hey, DK.
Gani hizi lakini.
Koino competition is real anyway on a
Koino kaa hapo kando. Wacha tumalize na nothing.
I always start by saluting our comrades that we have lost on the journey, the injured and those who are missing, and Kenyans at large because it's very painful for everyone. First of all, KOT, I'm deeply, deeply sorry. You know, I'm a foot soldier on some of these things. And I knew you were not them all. The people who have been in my DM, I kept telling them and they were like, oh, you know, you never know. And I kept saying, KOT is not them all. And I'm grateful that it came out. But now I don't want to blame Morara entirely. I want to blame Kenyans. Why do you consume information at literal meaning? Morara said the person who was a mole, a lot of his biodata was missing. But KOT, we knew where he went to school. KOT has been, the same things he was explaining. I was among the people cheering him when they were in Mombasa doing civic education. KOT, I'm sorry for the rant you have been through. As a community, as a country, we need to interrogate. It's the same ignorance that led people to electing this horrible regime because they bought into things without interrogating. It is prudent that people interrogate anything, but we are behaving like dogs. When you throw a bone, we start scrambling for it. We are looking for people to blame. KOT, I'm deeply, deeply sorry. I support you. I reached out to these people. I reached out to the lawyer. I reached out to Morara. And I said, I know KOT is not a mole, but something needs to be said. You need to give some grace to Morara. You can see the swelling around his nose bone. That tells you there's deep tissue injury. This man is deeply wounded. He's wounded physically and emotionally. So let's grant him some faith. I don't even understand why he goes to the office. He needs to retreat and heal first of all, because there's a lot he has to deal with, whether he agrees or he gives into the pressure of people wanting him to be on the front line. Our call is guns for hire. Me, I'm actually shocked. I've been here a short time, but I'm actually shocked that actually people believe in what she says. Me, it shocks me. Some of the people I see commenting, I'm like, why did your parents take you to school for you to end up believing in this kind of information? It tells you we have a problem because we don't focus on the real issue. We are looking for juicy gossip, and that's why the country is going to the dogs. Can we all focus? Can we all determine to focus on where this nation needs to go? On the issue of should you depart from Morara, I know KOT, you've done heck a lot. As KOT, you've done heck a lot for Morara. I'm not here for division. I'm here to mend the division. Housekeeping is necessary. You guys need to sit down. All this information needs to be aligned so that we build a stronger wall. The reason why I don't want people dividing or beating others down, emerging leaders will not come out because they will say, hey, they will do to me what they did to KOT after all the work he has done. we are here to make sure that we stand united as a nation. Another thing, and I have a very beautiful relationship with my brothers. Me, I'm struggling to see men who are keen to beating down other men. How do you tell KOT that he should man up? You try and be threatened. You try and spend a night in the police station. You try and hit the road for civic education. You realize this thing is not easy. It impacts you on so many things. It's like running into a storm. You don't know what to expect. You don't know whether you will survive it. So I'm sorry, KOT, also to hear what the road trips have been like. I think as Kenyans, we'll come out and we'll support you. I'll support you on your bid to run for office. I don't know why people have a huge challenge with us raising money for this particular focus to civic education. How do you expect this thing to be done? It costs money. Literally, it costs money to get out there, to do the things he does, to print those banners, because KOT is not the kind of person who you have to hold his hand. That night he said, guys, DM me, a graphic designer DM me by daybreak. And I think that was like after midnight. By daybreak, he had the posters. Why shouldn't we support KOT? When you hear people talking about money, those people have issues with money. And when I say issues with money, you cannot trust them with money. Because for anybody who puts their time out, their time is the most expensive resource. Nobody is wealthy enough to buy back time. So let's support them. Let's love on them. He doesn't have to tell us that he needs data. He doesn't have to come here and defend himself. Oh, my sijakula pesa yenyu. KOT, we will support you. Even Morara, we will support him. We need to have grace. If it's money, we have lost so much money. Even in this impeachment, we have learned so much more. So we need to stand on the real things. When we start tearing down Morara, we have never stood together for the people of Githurai. We have never stood together for Bruce. And that is a battle we need to fight fiercely. If it's DK has been doing a good job. If it's Kowino, and let's not preach this message, oh, we can't trust, because when I hear people asking questions, can we trust you? Maybe you ask me if you can trust you, I'll tell you heck no. And I already know you have trust issue for yourself, because people project who they are on other people. As Kenyans, this country is important to salvage. Kenya is a very important subject right now. Instead of us scrambling, oh, who are we fighting today? What are we going to do? I've said in different spaces, now we know we need a conflict resolution space. We need people for agriculture to run with that, education, healthcare, because now much when we start fighting, a 23-year-old who just turned 24, he's somebody's son, he's somebody's brother, he's somebody's nephew. So all these concerns he's raising are important. KOT has even posted where he lives in a single room. So for them to access him, it's pretty easy. It is up to Kenyans to make sure we become a hedge around them, that when they think they can access KOT, they know that there's a swarm of people who will stand with him. So let's have some grace. Let's change the conversation. Instead of being trivial, asking about things that don't matter, instead of hating on other people. Let me tell you, you hate on KOT, you don't gain anything. I always tell people, when you do good or bad to someone, count it as a loan. It will come back to you with interest. Let us be the Kenyans who build, not the Kenyans who destroy. And if you hear someone tearing people apart, I can guarantee you in their life, there's nothing going on. They don't build, because when you build, it brings in a character of humility. It brings in a character of wanting the best for other people. It gives you grace to realize, even if someone has achieved the smallest thing, like buying a bike, it took a lot of time, a lot of focus, a lot of energy to achieve that. So let us, it's okay, you can tell us who you are, because we also need to know who you are so that we know who to steer clear of. But let us nurture good people. Let us be the voice that protect, the voice that unite, not someone challenging. If you're money enough, may I hear such statement and I write you off immediately. To people on the spaces who you feel, I'm ready for this season of a new Kenya. Brand Kenya needs you. Brand Kenya needs those voices we have never heard about. A lady called Wanjiru held a space, and the voices we had, we were amazed. Beautiful people with 9 followers, and they had brilliant ideas. And we need to have a space where these people actually come back and repeat for themselves, because I don't believe in plagiarism, running with someone else's idea. They come and you hear them for the first time, and you realize we have been focusing and shining light in the wrong places. Democracy dies in dark corners.
You're saying all the right things, but kindly.
I learned.
Yeah, okay, fine. DK, bana. It's okay, but go on. Sasa well, DK 1 minute hapo ulishapeana. So I'm going to allow the Uno and
DK. Thank you for the
line. Shorten yangu, nita make sure itakuwa as short as possible. Well, first off, Mkenya nimesikia umetuambia tupe credit mahali inafaa. Thank you for giving me the space. Wanyama, thank you for allowing us into your house. Good afternoon to everybody, and thank you for listening in. My name is DK Gift. Like many of you, I am a Kenyan, a young man, a husband, a father, and a person who's believing for a better country. And I want to say 3 points here in the shortest way I can. Number 1, we are a society that does not want to look at the mirror and see our own reflection. My statement, or that statement, I've said it because the kind of behavior that we are having in this particular discussion, and that has been ongoing for the past couple of days, was better yet reflected by the leaders that you and I put in that National Assembly yesterday. We behave, and I am going to say it without shadow of a doubt, nikienda off sawa or contradiction. We behave like a group of crazy madmen in the market. Today we are going this direction, tomorrow we're in that direction. It is purely better yet reflected in the leaders that we brought into the National Assembly. No better way. And that is why you see today, 2-3 days ago, a bunch of people are here speaking and saying, DK, tuko na wewe, tararara. And it will take 2 seconds for you to forget that yesterday you told me you're with me, and tomorrow you're the same person bashing me. That's what we've become. And it is a pity that we don't want to accept that that is what we have actually become as a society. I personally, from the day I started this journey, I have decided to view this journey as I have a cleanup to do on myself. This is not just about calling out the people who are doing it wrong, but they are doing it wrong there because we put them there. So it starts with me before it goes to them. Number 2, I am not going to speak as to the statements of mole si mole. I mean, it is as simple as this. Kama unajua KOT, kama umeongea na yeye, kama umeinteract na yeye, then you know what is true, what is not true. It is as period as that. We are so strong to let a group of persons to push us to a direction without asking ourselves what we're doing. So my number 2 point is, I have a problem with somebody speaking up and saying that this is what is happening, but you cannot come and defend a person that has been working with you as soon as you have spilled the beans, whether you meant them or not in the time you did. And if you surely did not mean them, then I don't understand why you are able to do 8, 10, 12 tweets within the same 48 hours that this person is being beaten up, but not a single point are you getting to be able to pick your phone, type and say. I mean, how long does it take for you to just pick and hold a phone in front of you? If you have the ability to put for us a poll, and I'm saying this as somebody who has found certain ways to try and support his party and his intention, and KOT is here, he can say he knows there's some things that I'm doing on the background. But I am the kind of person who I don't believe just because I support you, I cannot call you out. No. Just because I am I care about you just because I support you does not mean I cannot call you out. I will call you out. How is it you have the ability to put a poll to ask us if you are a project? But within the same period of time, you cannot be able to pick a phone and make it clear about somebody that has been standing with you. I leave it at that. Number 3, tafadhali, venye tu ayo alisema, kuna kuwaga na kabaton kanaitagwa leave, kana kuwaga mahali top right corner, kana kuwaga in red, very shouting red. If you have a problem with what you hear people are talking about and it is getting to you, nobody asked you to come in the first place. So do not come and try guilt trip people by telling them that they are speaking and not doing what they're saying. We are so good as a society to speak our minds, but our actions are truly and always questionable. So you come, you pick the mic, you say, hey, kama una kitu ya kufanya, then si upatiane ufanya, wacha kushinda hapo kinini. The question is, what are you doing? What are you doing other than opening your mouth and calling it out as if you're the Jesus and we are the rest of us Judases? What are you doing? Do not open your mouth and say anything if you're not putting anything to place. I will speak right now proudly like this because I can confidently say, and I have people here who can speak for me and say it, I am doing something, whether I am having questions for it or not. So put that in mind. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. Sorry for taking time.
Back to my list. Tafadhali, it's strictly 1 minute. I know kuna watu wamesema, oh, Mkenya, just because we are 1 minute, men, why are you giving men only 1 minute and giving women? No, those are not my intentions. So, kindly Mweru, kindly speak, nikipandisha all the new speakers, and I will try as much as possible. Ukiingia hapa, kwa wino najua nimekuweka sana, but don't worry, endelea kumarinate there. Redemptor, I'm also sorry.
1240 tafadhali, 1240 sipati kama sijaongea.
Sawa. Mweru, kindly, alafu it's strictly 1 minute. So, ukiongea upitisha 1 minute, na ujipate unaendelea tu kuongea huko, jua si ati tutakuwa tukikusikia. It's nothing personal. Ongea, Mweru.
No. I really agree with what one of the speakers said here, that this space is actually very necessary because, we cannot deny that emotions are a huge part of who we are as human beings. So having this space to address this issue, I think, was very vital and was imperative. And as we proceed, I just wanted to sort of tell KOT that, I agree with what most speakers have said. If you feel like you're in danger and you also need our assistance, let us know. If you need some place to seek refuge, just reach out to anybody on the space, because we cannot sort of just downplay that and then something happens to him and then tomorrow we're having a space here busy grieving him when we were not actually proactive about ensuring his safety. So safety first. If you feel like we need to intervene, please just, even if it's just raising your hand and you don't want to speak and disclose anything, just give us a sign. So the other thing, in regards to this conversation, mine is very simple. Let's give people permission to be human beings. We're human beings. Let's just give people permission to be human beings. And my mindset is, even in a family unit, even your own siblings, you're going to have you have conflicts. Your own circle of friends, you'll have conflicts. Even twins have conflicts. So as much as we're dealing with all these issues, let's not forget that we're human beings, number one. We have very different personalities, number two. People process and deal with things very, very differently. So we have to let people just be let that be the cause. Just give people permission. So the other thing I wanted to say is, for instance, I've had the sort of opportunity to work in a prison, a extremely maximum security prison, and we were doing research. And if you really want to understand personalities, people who are locked up in such kind of facilities are people who have committed extremely atrocious crimes and they're masterminds. And you find these people locked up in one space, all these different personalities, extremely intelligent, considering the crimes that they perpetrated. And they have to coexist in a space. And the one thing they have is a lot of time and nothing to do. So we learned a lot. So as we proceed with this, let's not forget, besides this movement, away from this movement, you yourself, me, myself, we're dealing with life. People are dealing with personal issues. People are still dealing with illnesses. People are dealing with family issues. People are dealing with just daily life issues. So sometimes try to just give people, just excuse somebody, even if it's just for a day, and then try to maybe approach them. And when the moment is right, just try to address things. Me, I don't believe in this whole notion of if somebody did not handle something the way you wanted it to be handled, you completely X them out, and that's the end of that. There's a reason why KOT decided to go work with Morara. There's a reason why Morara was okay working with him. So let's not forget that. Even if going forward you decide to go your separate ways, there's always a lesson to be learned. Just sit down with him whenever you have time and just talk to him and just express the fact that, this is this and this and this and this. Because you never know what somebody is dealing with. Number one, I personally have screwed up so many times. So many times I have failed you. Even you failed people yourself. You failed your own family members, you've failed your own spouses, you've failed, name it, even your own kids, you failed them. But at least give somebody the grace to talk to them. So before you dismiss them, just have a sit down, and even if you've reached out to him right now, just give it time. I also want to mention one thing. I live in the diaspora.
Kwani 1 minute yako ina run in reverse. Kenya.
Wanyama, I think, I kind of like our voice and, nitamtoa skatai, lakini unajua, sasa mku niambia ni lady, nimeitana mweru ndo nimfukuze mbio, but akaanza, I failed, and I was like, God damn it, yes, I have failed. Talk to me, yes, I have failed people. I have failed people.
Hey, Wanyama, come on. Anyways,
Wanyama achana na mweru. Mweru umesema I can seek refuge in you. Ama ni KOT peke yake anaweza seek refuge.
I mean, let's just say this. We are family. That is why we're here addressing this issue. We are family. We should have each other's back. And I think the one painful thing, me personally, would be a little bit difficult because I cannot fly you in here easily. But I would say the one thing that I observed that was very painful for me.
We have, let's have Redemptor, then Maggie.
Wino is raising his hand and he wants to go somewhere. I'm sensitive. What okay?
Okay. So, okay. The Uno. Do it 30 seconds, please.
Alafu Wino, Wino
nisema asifikishe 40 hapa. Okay. Sawa.
Asante sana Mkenya, asante sana anti Redemptor. KOT, najua I hope kwa hii space. Number 1, KOT, usigive up. Usigive up. But if that party, if staying on that side is not helping you, just walk out. Wewe unataka kuwa MP kiminini? Hata unaweza run kimilili. Unaweza run independent or whichever way. The only people you have to convince that wanakutaka ni watu wa kimilili. The rest of us, we can talk all day. Tunaweza sema wewe ni mole. You know yourself better. So don't listen to people. Mtu mwenye anasema wewe unafanyia NIS, you are not the first person mwenye amefungulia scandal. And uonagi mali popote akifanywa. The only person maybe mwenye alijaribu kuchokoza akamshika ni huyu Soipan. The rest hakuna kitu anamfanyaga. Iwe ni Junet, iwe ni nani. So just hold your head up high, bro. Don't give up. The struggle continues. Number 2, on the comment, the person you've been helping throughout, umeenda naye hadi Nyeri and all that, didn't come up to defend you. Okay, I have no problem with that. That's up to him. But the fact that I'll reply under a post, aka reply, some of us, we couldn't even maybe see that comment kama si watu wengine ku highlight. But I also felt that hiyo comment ilikuwa so malicious, like alikuwa tu anakurushia straight anasema, you guys, yeah, this guy is not a mole, yes, but he worked with Didmas Baraza before, so me, I'm not comfortable working with him. That is what he literally said in that post. Redemptor is a storyteller, alikuwa anasema hapa juzi, for her akiangalia vitu kama hizo comments, she looks at what has not been said in that comment, and that is what I was looking for, mimi. What was not said in that comment?